It is time for the Gatorade Cup Series 12 race chase to determine the champion for Season 9 of the Gatorade Cup Series. We head to our first chase race of the season. We're here at the Richmond Raceway for the Gatorade 400 Under the Light Short Track Racing and the Gatorade Cup Series Season 9 chase. And one of our chasers has the pole for tonight's race is Jake Gowie in the 11. To his outside, starting second is the 12 of Max Anderson. Then third is Eli Bright, fourth is Joe Jefferson, and Nathan Norman rounds out the top 5. Then to his outside, sixth is William Bolin in the 3. 7th place, another one of our chasers, Denny Lloyd. 8th, it's Trey Wright. 9th is Matt Godden, and Luke Rain, to his outside, rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Levi Schultz, chaser, to his outside, TJ Hanley in the 23. Then there's Oliver Galloway and Colton Yo. Behind them, Riley Sampson, chaser, with Mitchell Collins in the 14. Then Vince Vinton, chaser, Derek Himmel, guided by the skin of his teeth, trying to make the most of this opportunity. And then Mathis Wells and Alexander Rowe. Behind them, Ann McDowell and Jeff Wright. And there's Tim Oskin, a chaser, and to his outside, Jonathan B for the 62. Then we have Roman Fenway and chaser Anton Sharp on the 96, along with Alex Fletcher and Jay Jefferson. Behind them, Stephen Taylor and Tyler Fink. And there's Carter Friesen, a chaser, to his inside, Sebastian Kukulon in the 1. And there's Marshall Burrow and Jonathan Rains, a chaser. Behind them, chaser comes in with the number 1 seed, the 40 of Anthony Hernandez, who's outside another chaser, the 10 of Wyatt Walker, in with his all-star victory earlier in the season. And there's Derek Bouchard and Code Luigi. Behind them, Al Lagasse and Griffin Lynn. And the final row has Trey Rainey. And 42nd is our last chaser, Carter Joey, in the 17. So we have a chaser starting first, a chaser starting 42nd here tonight. Jake Gowie will lead the field to the green flag, trying to get the most out of this chase opportunity. Let's go on track sign and fire the engines up for the start of the Season 9 Gatorade Cup Series chase.
Drivers, start your engines!
And 42 engines fire up for our first chase race of Season 9 of the Gatorade Cup Series. 42 cars roll off the starting grid. 12 chase drivers know they have to start the chase out on the right foot here tonight in Richmond. The driver who starts third, though, is a non-chaser. Eli Bright wants to sweep the season here at Richmond. He won earlier in the season with the Target 400. Looking for the Gatorade 400 here tonight to kick off the chase. 60 laps. Jake Gowie, Max Harrison front row. Let's go chase racing in Richmond, Virginia. Jake Gowie, chaser leads lap 1. 5 bonus points for him, though that does not count towards the chase. That only counts towards the full season points, which don't really matter unless he's in a tie. Eli Bright, though, quickly takes it away down the backstretch, as you mentioned, looking for the Richmond sweep this season in the Gatorade Cup Series. The Brights have always been well here at the short track, 3/4 mile short track. Showing it right now, Eli Bright leads the race. Daniel Lloyd, the 19, to the inside. He'll grab second away. Another one of our chasers. So right now, the 2 chasers you see at the front, Joe Gibbs Racing drivers, Jake Gowie and Daniel Lloyd. Lloyd will take it down the backstretch. He'll be in the race lead entering turn 3. Now he slides up. Matt Gon looks low. The 41 as they come off turn number 4. Side by side, Lloyd up top. Give it to him to lead the start-finish line. Matt Gon, the 41, has the inside to turn number 1. Here comes Levi Jones. He's been on a hot streak this season in the Gatorade Cup Series. 2 victories, 11 top 10s. He broke the record for the most Gatorade Cup Series victories of all time. He's looking for a championship now. He's never won a Gatorade Cup Series championship. Can this season be the season? Can tonight be the night that he starts to chase out on the right foot and he's able to win the championship? We'll look inside Matt Gon in turn 1. Jones will take it away off turn 2. He brings with him Oliver Gowie in the 6. Jake Gowie pulls there, come back down low with Derek Himmel behind him. Right now, 3 chasers inside the top 4. Shones, Gowie, and Hamill. Make it Derek Himmel now looking for third on Jake Gowie. Got a great run there off turn 4. He's there. They'll get by him in turn 1 easily. So Derek Hamill clear in the 3rd position. Here comes Oliver Gowie looking for the lead on Shones down the backstretch. Got a good run to him. Hamill's there as well along with Matt Gon. 4 cars under a blanket for the lead. And all 4 of them are Fords. Shones slips high in turn 4. And Oliver Gowie takes advantage to lead lap 6. And Hamill coming through the 32. He'll be the highest chaser right there. With that right there, that pass, Derek Hamill gets 12 points. Levi Shones gets 11. It all depends on how you finish relative to the other chasers in the field. Derek Hamill leads the race currently, but now Matt Gon has a run for him down the front stretch. As they go side by side for the lead, Hamill led the lap. Gon has the inside. Here comes Nathan Norman in the 24, missed the chase, looking for his first Gatorade Cup Series victory of all time. Here he is now for the lead down the backstretch. Go side by side with Matt Gon in turn 3. Give the 24 the lead off turn 4. Alexander with the 00. Here comes the 22 at McDowell. Just barely won his first Gatorade Cup Series race last race. He won by 0.05 of a second over Jake Gowie. So McDowell now a Gatorade Cup Series winner. He wants to go back-to-back. in the Gatorade Cup Series and win his first 2 races back-to-back. He's currently inside the top 3, moving to 22 up to P2 behind Alexander Rowe, who slips wide. Here comes McDowell for the lead. And Oliver Galway almost looked 3 wide there, backed out. That smart move there by the 6, not making it 3 wide this early on the race. It's Adam McDowell leading. Now Oliver Galway, the 6, is through in the second. Hamill up to 3rd in the 32 as they're 3 wide down the backstretch. Nathan Orman, Alexander Rowe, Max Anderson. Look at Rowe trying to get down, but the 88 is down there. Eli Bright, the 88 with a good run there. And it might be clear right there. Look at Oliver Galway pouncing for the lead on Adam McDowell. And he'll take it. The 22 swung wide, slid up the racetrack. Give Oliver Galway the lead by a good bit down the backstretch. Hamill, the 32, up to P2. He slings a little wide, though, and here comes the 12 of Max Anderson. Started this race second. Here he comes back forward. Oliver Galway has amassed a nice lead because of the big slide out of that 22 there off turn 2 last time by. Here comes Max Anderson pressuring for the lead now down the backstretch. He got a great 1 and 2. He's there in the 6 in turn 3. Oliver Galway at the racetrack. Here comes Max Anderson bottom lane the 12 car. As they battle side by side, the 6 leads the lap. Eli Bright, the 88, is watching this battle saying, where do I go? Do I go 3 wide? Do I stay with the 12 for now? Looks like he's going to stay. Eli now for the lead down the backstretch. Great run for the 88 car. We mentioned he won earlier in the season at Richmond, so they know how to get to victory lane here. Can they do it again? Back here, Steven Taylor, Derek Hill, and they're making some contact. They control their cars, though. Max Anderson back now behind the 88, pressuring him in turn 1. He'll grab the lead right back away down the backstretch, but this brings Danny Lloyd into the picture, the 19 car. Right now, our highest chaser, he's inside the top 3, looking for second on the 88 of Eli Bright. Lloyd got a little tight there. Eli got a nice run off the hill. But Lloyd has the inside turn 1. He'll take the second position away. He'll take the lead away as well. Great run. Lloyd clears Max Anderson easily down the backstretch. He gets back out front. Here comes Roman Fenway. He'll move his way to 3rd. He has Luke Rainey with him in the 2 car. Here comes Cole Luigi, the 42 as well. I haven't talked about him much this season. I think the most we've talked about him is when he was flipping down Richmond earlier in the season, that 4 wide madness that we saw. Here comes Max Anderson back for the lead on Lloyd. They've traded the lead a few times, and he'll bring teammate Luke Rainey with them. Penske 1-2 at the front. They lead the Gatorade 400. Now Luke. He'll lead the lap. The 2 car. Great corner there. It brings Cole Luigi, the 42, down low with them. Code won earlier in the season the 600, the Pepsi 600. That's been his only bright mark of the season. He wants another great performance at Richmond, possibly a win to try and turn his season around. He's currently last in the points. Here comes Levi Jones, the 92 car. Right now our highest chaser. Jones is a Gatorade Cup Series veteran. He knows what to do. He knows how to get to victory lane. He knows how to just run this race smoothly. Make sure he doesn't overdrive the car. Make sure he saves some for later in the race. As they look 3 wide for 3rd. That's Trey Wright bottom lane. Buford middle. Luke Rainey up top. They're trying to squeeze together off turn 4. Oh, Buford into the wall with Luke Rainey. Into Danny Lloyd, the 19 one of our chasers. Spins around down the front stretch. We got our first yellow of the race. Oliver Galway as well. The 6 involved. And we have cars stacked up on the front stretch everywhere. Now the leaders are racing back. Watch this. There are cars littered on the front stretch. Do they all get by cleanly? Back to the caution flag. Cole Luigi will lead them. That come with a price, though. He slows it down. Great job by the leaders there. Getting it slowed down. They got stopped. They got slowed enough to where if there's contact, it's minimal. They should be all right to get going, to keep going without any contact. Our first yellow of the race comes at the front of the field. Luke Rainey won them in the middle of the 3 wide. They were basically 4 wide. They squeezed together. It was not going to work. Jonathan Buford, the 62, takes a hard hit to the outside wall. He'll be done for the night, along with some others, as they wrecked here in Richmond. 3 wide, going off into turn number 3. This for the 3rd position. Trey Wright makes a 3-wide move, and off into turn 3, just sends off too far, and he slides up with Jonathan Buford to his outside, along with Luke Rainey. 62 and 2 get hooked together. Nothing they could do. It was really all Trey Wright's doing right there. They come down. Danny Lloyd, one of our chasers, nowhere to go. Gets into Mitchell Collins. The 14 spins around. Roman Fenway, middle of it all, with the 6 of Oliver Galway behind him. Fenway hits the 6 right there. 33 comes in. William Bullen. Trey Rainey is there. Jonathan Raines, I think, gets slowed down. Matt Oskin. There's Griffin Lynn. He has front end damage. Mathis Wells, Jay Jefferson. Carter Joey, another one of our chasers involved. There's Wells on the apron. How about Anthony Nez, the 48 car? Did he possibly get slowed down enough? I mean, that was just a stack up on the front stretch. So many cars involved. And that's a tough break for Buford and Luke, who really did nothing wrong in that. They were just 3 wide racing. Trey Wright really had to take care of the drivers to his outside. Great job by Jake Galloway, though, the 11. He got low, he got by. And the 11 still left in this thing. Pole sitter, remember, from tonight. Let's look at this from a different camera angle. It looks down the front stretch. they just could not go any higher there. There was no room to the outside. Collins took a hard hit as well, the 14. Luckily, no one else got involved. Anti-Charles Ball, another one of our chasers doing a great job getting low, getting by. Wyatt Walker was back here. He may have missed it. 10 car there. He is basically slowing. He may have gotten some rear end damage and all that. And the stack of Riley Sampson, the 15 with him as well. Cole Luigi powered off the corner, got the car slowed down enough to lead them back to the caution flag. And now they are on pit road doing service, getting tires, getting fuel, making sure they can make it to the end. There's Shones putting 2 tires on, and it looks like it may have just been 2 tire changes as Cole Luigi's already leaving. Shones as well, 2 tires. So Cole Luigi will be the first driver off the pit lane as everyone comes down. Max Harrison will be second, Levi Shones third, Eli Bright, Joe Jefferson, Carter Friesen, Jake Galloway as well, leaving pit road. So it's Cole Luigi in first, out first. The 42 team does their work on pit road. Now can the driver do his work on the racetrack? Cole Luigi the lead in the first chase race of the season. To come back to the green flag, be on lap number 25. Cole Luigi came into pit road first, left pit road first. He'll be the race leader for the restart. Jonathan Beaver, Denny Lloyd, and Carter Jory, 2 big names right there. Those are 2 chasers. They'll finish the 2 bomb chasers, and Griffin Lynn 39th as well out of the race. 38 cars on the lead lap, led by Cole Luigi, Max Harrison, Levi Shones, Eli Bright, Joe Jefferson. A lot of victories in the Gatorade Cup Series between those top 5 right there. And something interesting to notice, the front 2 leaders to the green flag, they're both champions. We will have this season our 9th Gatorade Cup Series champion in 9 seasons. No repeat champion this season. Cole Luigi back going in Richmond. He leads Max Harrison, Shones, Eli Bright, Joe Jefferson, Carter Friesen, another Gatorade Cup Series veteran. I mean, we have so many veterans up towards the front right now, but it's Max Harrison out to the front down the back stretch. Great 1 and 2 for the 12. He'll take it in 3 and 4. Levi Shones moves his way to second to 92. Cole Luigi has a hole in line behind that 92 if he wants it. 35 to go in the Gatorade 400. Levi Shones pressuring Max Harrison to turn number 1. He'll move by him easily. Here comes Joe Jefferson, 31 car. Got a great run. Max Harrison around down the backstretch, spun by Cole Luigi. Up the racetrack, the 12 will go. Yellow flag for the second time. 3-way bow for second. Did not work out too well for Max Harrison. And Levi Shones led the field back. And I saw cars on the apron as if they had wreck coming back, but I think I don't know, it was just very spread out there. I have to wonder what happened. Oh, Hanley. We did have a wreck coming back. So it's Shones with the race lead. They were in a 3-way bow for second. Cole Luigi and the 12 of Max Harrison make contact. Harrison ends up with the worst end of this crash. Caution number 2 just after the first one. Let's see the reason for it. In a 3-way bow for second, Max Harrison slides up the racetrack. Cole Luigi middle lane, Joe Jefferson bottom lane is digging hard off the corner. And right here as they come off turn number 2, Max Harrison 3 wide. Cole Luigi, I think he misjudged it. Just looking at that from that angle as Harrison takes a hard hit to the inside wall. I just think Cole Luigi misjudged what happened right there. From what it looked like, he tried to get behind the 12 and barely misjudged it to a point where, if you look at it, it just looks like he tried to get behind him. And we're lucky that the 42 and the third one didn't all wipe out in that, and it was only the 12 that got some damage in that. But I'm interested to see where the 48 these drivers got their damage from. Stack up the 96 Vantage Sharp Wall. One of our chasers got hooked, running up inside the top 10. So Joe Jefferson rejoins the racetrack. Eli Bright outside. 96 into the 88. Bounce off him into Joe Jefferson and Eli Bright. 96 spins around. Eli down to Tyler Fink. They save their cars. Anthony Charbonne now in the middle of the racetrack. Anthony Hernandez comes in with Derek Hamill, Vince Vinta, Derek Bouchard. There's TJ Hanley and Colton Yo. I mean, we had a ton of cars right there wiped out coming back to the start-finish line. And a lot more chasers with issues here tonight in Richmond. A few more will have damage after that. So it's Levi Shones, one of our chasers, with the race lead in the Gatorade 400, our first chase race of the season. We'll come back to the green flag. Levi Shones with the race lead here at Richmond. Coming back to the green flag, lap number 32. It's Levi Shones continuing to lead in the Gatorade 400. Unfortunate break for Luke Rainey, who's running so well tonight. Tire issue for the 2 car has put him out of the race. Remember that first incident kind of derailed his night. Now that has just put an end to the night. So tire break for the 2 of Luke Rainey. Colton Young, TJ Henley out from the crash. Mathis Wells 1 lap down the 18. 34 cars on the lead lap. And another issue for chaser Jake Galloway. Had to come back into the pit road. He was a part of a vibration on the 11 car. He'll now restart 34th, tail end of the field. It's Levi Shones with the race lead. Cole Luigi in second. Carter Friesen third. Marshall Burrow fourth. Joe Jefferson fifth. 2 chasers inside the top 3 at the restart. Shones Jones swings wide, gives the bomb to Cole. Luigi will battle side by side down the backstretch. Luigi will inch ahead into turn number 3. He'll clear Jones right there. So Luigi back up to the front of Gatorade 400, but don't look now. Carter Friesen was a lap away from winning this race earlier in the season. He wants redemption here at Richmond. He currently leads on lap number 33. And Luigi out 3 wide now with Levi Jones and Joe Jefferson again down the backstretch. Marshall Burrow through to second. He's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Here comes Joe Jefferson. Jones forced high. Luigi to his back bumper. Tyler Fink, the 21, also up here. Side by side for a second as Carter Friesen leads the race. Joe Jefferson, the 31, up to P2. It's been a little bit since he's gone to Gatorade Cup Series victory lane, about a whole season. Who moves away to the lead down the backstretch. Levi Jones, the 92, drives it hard into turn 3. Tried to get to that 43, couldn't. He slides up. Now Tyler Fink moves to third as Friesen does a crossover and goes back for the lead. Carter Friesen back out front now here in Richmond as Tyler Fink moves his way to second. Marshall Burrow to third. Jones and Eli Bright side by side. Jones trying to get down. The 88 gets on the bump up the racetrack. Joe Jefferson a good run on the top side. Eli's one on the bottom. As here comes Fink to the lead on Carter Friesen. Tyler Fink, Carter Friesen battle for the lead with 25 to go in Richmond. Fink will take it off turn 2. He's clear of Carter Friesen down the backstretch and pulls away from the 43. That is 2 famous car numbers. 21 to 43. They battle for the lead. And Mathis was at the pit barrels. Do we get a yellow? We're still green for now. Wells was in the pit barrels. The 18. We are still green for now. No yellow flag. Tyler Fink, Carter Friesen side by side for the lead down the backstretch with Eli Bright and Levi Jones joining the party for the front. Here comes Eli. 88 car. Looking. No caution. We are still green currently in Richmond. 23 to go. Eli Bright, 88 car, inside he'll grab the lead away. Jones up, back up to second, the 92. Joe Jefferson up to third. Here comes Trey Rainey. We've not talked about that 51 here tonight. He's up to fourth. Trey has a shot. He's not won a Gatorade Cup Series race in quite some time. So for Trey, he really wants to win here tonight in Richmond, spoil the Chasers' party. But it's led right now by non-chaser Eli Bright, the 88, looking for his second triumph of the season. Cole Luigi, 42, working his way back forward up to fourth for him. As Trey Rainey for the lead down the backstretch. He'll clear Eli Bright 3 and 4 and move to the front. Trey Rainey leads in Richmond. 21 to go. Cole Luigi has Joe Jefferson behind him. Those two have some history at this racetrack. Back a few seasons ago. Luigi takes the top spot away down the backstretch. Joe Jefferson up to second, the 31. Burrow back up to third. The 37 coming back forward. Eli Bright down line. As look at this back here. Carter Friesen and Alex Fletcher are battling. And along with Matt Gunn and Levi Jones, a great racing towards the front of the pack here in Richmond with 20 to go. Now Burrow hugging that yellow line. He hooked it off turn 2. He is there on Cole Luigi. Watch him just trying to make a pass right here. Couldn't quite get to the back of the 42, but he is closing in. 19 to go for Cole Luigi, Marshall Burrow, and the rest of the field. Here comes Matt Gunn for third. He wants his second Gatorade Cup Series victory. Burrow to lead down the backstretch. He's never won in the Gatorade Cup Series. Same with Alex Fletcher, who's up to fourth in the 72. They've never won Gatorade Cup Series races. It's tonight the night they break their dry spell. Burrow leads the lap. Gone on the inside, though, the 41 car into turn number 1. Here comes Alex Fletcher, the 72 down low. He'll grab second away. Trey Rainey back up to third, the 51. Here comes Levi Jones coming back along with Tyler Fink. Carter Friesen, the 43, is on the inside trying to move his way forward. Coming to 17 to go, it's all Matt Gunn at the front of the field. Alex Fletcher right now runs second. Trey Rainey currently in third. Here comes Levi Jones, 92, looking on that 51. That's for P3. They'll get log jammed, and Fletcher for the lead down the backstretch. Here comes that 72. He'll take it in turn 3. Alex Fletcher to the front. Trey Rainey sliding up to the 41. They make contact along with Levi Jones. Three-way rubbing for second. Got him trying to get away, but Trey Rainey not having any of that. Here comes Trey inside. He'll take second position. He'll look for the lead off turn 2 and down the back. As Levi Jones with him in the 92. Now these drivers have some damage because of that just up that they just had last lap. Fletcher up the racetrack. Look 3 wide for the lead down the front stretch. Levi Jones down low. We talked about 3 wide for the lead, how early in the race Jones let it go. Now with 15 to go, it's time to be aggressive. Jones 3 wide to the front in Richmond. And Roman Fenway had the 13 is slower. Here comes Fink, the 21. He stayed lower than Jones. Here comes Trey Rainey, 3 wide, 21 to back off. Trey Rainey for the lead in turn 1. He has the run. What a great move. He slid up, takes the line away. 3 wide for Burrow. Look at Marshall Burrow, aggressive move there. The 37, he'll grab the top spot. Jones Fink rubbing to the wall. They're in it. Jones out of the line. Contact back there. The 4-out line now. They keep it under control, but the 92 now fading back after contact with Tyler Fink. That was a non-chaser on the side of a chaser. Jones is not going to be happy about that. He has just dropped so many positions, so many points. And now the yellow flag as Hamill is wrecked with Kukulon. And they will not left the 13. That's our third yellow of the race. And now we'll have a restart with under 10 to go in the Gatorade 400 at Richmond. That was crazy. Oh, Rowe is wrecked with Riley Sampson under yellow. So the yellow flag for Derek Hamill and Sebastian Kukulon have wrecked. Hamill, one of our chasers, Kukulon not. But let's see the reason. Third yellow of the race. It'll set up a late race restart in the Gatorade 400. Well, this was an entertaining three-way battle for what looks to be 28th. 28th, they're battling three-way. Derek Hamill up top, Kukulon middle. Down low, Matt Oskin just kind of slides up, rubs with the one up, puts him into the side of the 32, and then squeezes them both into the wall right there. You see right there, 132 into the wall hard. Around they'll go. Yellow flag comes down, and it's going to set up an interesting restart late in this Gatorade 400, our first chase race of the season. We know chasers on this restart, they're going to be going nuts, trying to get any position they can. And how about a driver like Jake Galloway, who now has a restart? He has a reset now to try and gain more positions. He was in that pack of cars, that Sterling pack of cars. He made his way up to 22nd. He's going to be probably top 20 at this point now. So the 11 is back in this thing. So he still has a shot. Watch for Jake Galloway to try and gain points on this restart. He'll be aggressive. But up at the front, it's a driver who's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Marshall Burrell leads the race. He missed the chase by a few points. He wants redemption by winning this first chase race of the season. Marshall Burrell leads the Gatorade 400, wants to come back to the restart with under 10 to go in the Gatorade 400. This restart will come with 7 laps of racing to go, so it is possible we get another caution and another restart if we get yellow immediately after this. Remember, Wells hit the pit barrels. He's out of the race. 34 cars are on the lead lap. Hamill Chaser is 32nd. Our chasers right now running 32nd, 28th, 26th, 24th, along with 20th, also 18th, 15th, and you look here, 12th, 11th, and then up here at the front, Carter Friesen, currently our highest chaser in second. It's Marshall Burrell, though, the non-chaser leading the race. Carter Friesen just wants to hang on to the points right now, second. Trey Rainey third, Cole Luigi fourth, Adam McDowell fifth with Alex Fletcher, William Bullen, Tyler Fink, Matt Godden, and Trey right at the front 10 for the restart. With 7 to go in the Gatorade 400, we're back green. Burrell steps on the gas. Carter Friesen, he stayed with them. Cole Luigi looking low on Trey Rainey for third. Here comes Friesen inside, side by side. Friesen to the front. He is right now the highest chaser. He wants to finish there. He also wants to win. Friesen clears, but now Trey Rainey looks low. The 51. They're wreck again in yellow flag. We mentioned we would have another restart if a yellow immediately came out, and it will be now a 1-lap dash. Oh, and they have stacked them up. Tyler Fink the first to go around the 21, and now more cars with damage, more cars with issues, and we get another restart chance. And this will now line up with Carter Friesen leading and Trey Rainey in second. You have to wonder, being first, is that the good position to be on this restart? We've seen drivers go up the hill. Friesen restarted this race first earlier in the season and lost on the last lap. Can he learn from when he did that race and apply it here? So we'll caution out again for the 4th time. Tyler Fink goes around in contact with the wall. The 21's night ruined. He was running inside the top 10 when this happened. Battling off into turn number 3, Tyler Fink, the 21, gaining on the 22 of Adam McDowell. They're basically pseudo teammates. Fink drives it hard to the corner, gets beneath the 22. It's coming down the hill now, trying to arc beneath the 72. They make contact in the middle. It sends the 21 around hard into the outside wall for Tyler Fink. Comes off the wall. Some cars come through, and a few of them do get more damage. There's Charles Bond, Mitchell Collins getting run over. Derek Hamill, the 32 as well. Jay Jefferson, the 78. Sebastian Kukulon, Derek Bouchard, Roman Fenway. But some chasers involved in this one as well. The 96, the 32, the ones that come to mind right there. And how does this restart go now? Who's going to win the race? I mean, I was not expecting a yellow to come out immediately, but it did. And now let's get set up an interesting scenario for Carter Friesen. He was in the same scenario earlier in the season as we mentioned. Now can he learn from what he did then and apply it to now to win the Gatorade 400, the first chase race of the season? It's Carter Friesen with the lead late in the Gatorade 400 at Richmond. Our first chase race of the season will have a one-lap dash to the checkered flag. 3/4 mile left here in Richmond. That is all they have to win the Gatorade 400. Carter Friesen, Trey Rain, Marshall Burrow, Cole Luigi, Alex Fletcher will be the front 5. Steven Taylor blew up with a piston issue, so he'll be out. 33 cars are on the lead lap. They should all finish there as well. But it's Carter Friesen with the race lead trying to hold on and win in Richmond. It'll be another win in the Gatorade Cup Series. It'll be a great start to the chase for a 43. Some momentum there if he could get it done. It's been a long time for Trey Ray since his fifth victory in the Gatorade Cup Series. He'll be 2nd. Pearl's never won in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's 3rd. Cole just wants to win to turn season around in 4th. Alex Fletcher's never won in 5th. Can McDowell go back-to-back in 6th? It'd be a long shot. It is possible. White and green flag together. We're on the final lap at Richmond. Friesen steps on the gas. We're back racing. Trey Ray stays with them. Rainey is there. He stayed with that 43. Now the question is, who goes up the racetrack and who doesn't? Friesen from the lead up the racetrack. Trey Ray looks low. Side by side for the win down the backstretch. Rainey, it's been a long time. Friesen wants to start the chase on the right foot. In turn 3 for the final time. Welcome back to victory lane for Trey Rainey. Wins in Richmond. That is exactly how it happened earlier in the season. Friesen goes wide in 1 and 2 on the restart with 1 to go. Eli gets underneath him. Eli wins. This time, though, it's Trey Ray perfecting it and winning the Gatorade 400. His first Gatorade Cup Series win in some time for Trey Rainey. He adds another win to his collection. He has so many. He's finally gotten it once again in the Gatorade Cup Series. Let's go see the finish results and the chase standings. Here are the finish results from the Gatorade 400 at the Richmond International Raceway. 4 caution flags for 20 laps here tonight and 35 lead changes. 19 different drivers saw the lead at some point here tonight at the start-finish line. And it's Trey Rainey who saw it at the right time. The last lap, lap 60, checker flag for the 51. He wins in the Gatorade Cup Series once again. Carter Friesen, hard to lose one like that once again here at Richmond. 2nd time in the same season where he's lost at Richmond the same way. He ends up 2nd though, and with the best points that he can get. He got 12 points. He's right now our chase points leader at the moment. Marshall Burrow ends up 3rd. Cole Luigi led 10 laps, probably the best race we've seen him run all season besides the Pepsi 600. He ends up with the 4th place here tonight. Maybe that last caution didn't come out, would have had a shot at the front. And Alex Fletcher rounds out the top 5. Great night for the 72 team. With Adam McDowell in 6th, looked like he could have had a shot back-to-back Gatorade Cup Series wins. Matt Gahn 7th, William Bowlen 8th, Trey Wright 9th, and Wyatt Walker, the 2nd highest chaser inside the top 10. Only 2 chasers inside the top 10. 1 finished 2nd, 1 finished 10th. So for Walker, good points tonight. Jonathan Rains, our next highest chaser, in 11th. Levi Jones looked like he was going to actually leave Richmond with the chase lead because he had such a great race car. He was basically top 10, top 5 all night long. Contact with the 21, Tyler Fink sent him back with some damage. He ends up 14th there tonight, led 8 laps, but still decent points tonight. He was the 4th highest finishing chaser. Other chasers like Riley Sampson, who finished 18th. Jake Galloway from the pole led a lap, had an issue to come back down payroll with the vibration. Pit out of sequence, restart 34th, balanced way back up to 19th for a decent points tonight. It's not too bad for the 11 Jake Galloway. Definitely controlled the damage that he was going to suffer after this race. So great job of the 11 team fighting back and getting what they could out of the night. Anthony Nez just was a non-factor all race. 25th for the 48 car. Came in as number 1 seed in the chase. Leaves basically middle of the road for the 48. So Matt Osgood down here. He came in 3rd seed. He leaves middle of the road. And to Charles Bois, Derek Hamill some bad nights, along with Carter, Joey, and Danny Lloyd. They're retired from the race due to the first incident. At the right side are the point standings. It's basically how they all finished in order. Carter Friesen, Wyatt Walker, Jonathan Rains, Levi Jones, Riley Sampson, Jake Galloway, along with Anthony Nez, Matt Oskin, and then we have Anthony Charles Bois, Derek Hamill, Carter, Joey, and Danny Lloyd. That's how they leave. Obviously, after only 1 race, everyone's within 1 race of each other, so it's still pretty close. Once we get, race 3, race 4, race 5, we can maybe see who could maybe start competing for the championship, who may be lagging behind for that championship, but overall, great start to the chase for some of these drivers. Drivers like Carter Joey, Danny Lloyd, Anthony Charles Bois, Derek Hamill, and maybe even some Oskin know that they've used up a bad race. They need to not have many more of those in the chase. They've used one up early on. They cannot have many more of those in the chase if they want to have a shot at the Season 9 Gatorade Cup Series Championship. As we look at chase race number 2 of 12, heads to a very different racetrack. We go to Michigan, 2 miles long, for the Pure Michigan 400. I will see you guys then.